Less than 24 hours to go till Elimination Chamber. I ain't got nothing else to stretch out this song reference, so let's just get to the review before I just go askew as I always do when I try to fill some time. Oh my, I'm John Renton with my review WWE Smackdown, once again from New Orleans, Louisiana. Speaking of Elimination Chamber, I'm not going to be watching it live. You know why? Because I'm usually busy for a few days, and Saturday, Sunday, Monday are those days when it comes to work. So I'm going to be watching it on delay. Hooray! Because honestly, the card looks fine. I think it will actually have a couple pretty good matches, but it's just not worth me watching it live. So anyway, that's your warning. I'll have that review up sometime late tomorrow night, early Sunday morning, depending on when I get to it. So yeah, besides one match, there wasn't much to this show. Corey Gray says he gassed up his DeLorean, so at least he got a reference from 1985, which was when Vince McMahon's brain was still alive. So Pierce is in the ring for this contract signing. They had to edit the fuck out of because Ronda Rousey, or Ronda Rousey, as Michael Cole said, because Michael Cole's really bad at his job. Once again, gotta say that there. He's really fucking bad at commentating. Ronda Rousey couldn't get it right. She just couldn't slam Charlotte's head down, and then Charlotte had to make it look bad, and boy, it looked really goddamn stupid. So they had to dub in a whole bunch of crowd noise. My goodness, the dubbed in crowd noise was insane. I imagine the crowd was probably pretty goddamn tired, but really, they had to use that kind of canned stuff. So anyway, Sonya's out in a sling. Charlotte comes out in some weird glittery bodysuit. Naomi and Rousey are here. And then, of course, at one point, Sonya says, "People like you." Jeez. It's great, Sonya. Just say that. She's channeling 2003 Triple H and she doesn't even know it. Boy, there was a new stipulation. Well, Rousey said that she could beat Sonya with one hand tied behind her back. So, since Sonya's in a sling, Rousey's got to do that. Okay, old school stipulation, whatever. I don't really care about this match. I think Sonya's probably going to get beat. But, whatever. They added out the whole head plant thing. This was... they were doing the best with the scripted verbiage that they had, but whatever. Sheamus and Ridge are talking. Sheamus calls Sheamus calls Ricochet. In fact, I think Ricochet and Ridge are soon going to be teaming up. Ridge-O'Shea, which sounds like a weird medical condition you probably should get checked out, or use a weird mysterious cream that you get from a back alley vendor. Don't ask me how I know about that, and always delete your search history, and stop asking me about it. Do not ask me about that. Ignore the back alley vendors. And especially when they try to get in your back alley. Let's just move on from this. And Sheamus said, "Follow me, and everything will be all right." And yes, I know I'm just pasty white. So, because he really is Uncle Irish Cracker. So, Sheamus with Ridge took on Ricochet. Same as it ever was. Same as it ever was. And as the days go by, we get a Spanish fly off the top rope. And then Ridge tries to help, but costs Sheamus the match. And Ricochet wins. And then Sheamus and Ridge are arguing, boys, don't fight. This team that barely got anywhere is now going to implode? Are they going to release Ridge Holland already? Probably. I hope not, but let's be honest, they've released people for less. They won't release Mustafa Ali, but they'll release various others. So, Zayn cuts a promo about all the terrible stuff that's happened to him over the year. And then Undertaker in the Hall of Fame. Regardless of how I feel about the man that was sitting on the Last Ride documentary and his fucking Blue Lives Matter shirt and all that bullshit and everything. Talking about the character, strictly the character, of course he deserves to go in the Hall of Fame. He should be the headliner. They almost should Andre him and have him be the only inductee. Now, granted, I don't think they're going to do that, but I think they should make this a smaller class because Undertaker's career, regardless of how many times he kept coming back and fucking just wrecking it and really, really wrecking it, he should be in on his own. The Sad But True song by Metallica was fitting, a lot of clips, but deserved. Honestly, deserved. Still a goddamn idiot that outside the ring, but you can respect the talent in the ring. Goldberg and Reigns package. Goldberg is too old for this shit, and Reigns should beat him in 5 minutes. So Jey Uso took on Ivar, and there was a face full of Viking taint, and then the Viking helmet got used to cause a DQ. That was it. That was the end of that match right there. And Drew has his sword just out there in public, and he needs to make warrior preparations, final preparations to take on, check notes, Madcap Moss. My, how the mighty have fallen. Okay, so here's Corbin and Moss to kill time. What do McIntyre and Serial have in common? They both go snap, crackle, pop. And then, well, Drew basically says that Saudi Arabia is going to be the night the laughter died. And if he pulls out the bone saw, we know that's true. Nakamura has a plan. He's a man with a plan. Because that guy got fucking fired, the original guy. Big entrance. And look, Nakamura versus Zayn was a very good match. Encourage you guys to check this out. They were never going to match what they did in Dallas nearly 6 years ago. My God, I'm fucking old. But Nakamura, very good. Zayn targeted a knee, and eventually the knee, issues led to him getting the victory. This went through a couple breaks, but deserved, obviously, with how they built it, and the fact Nakamura's title reign has meant nothing. They did some good stuff here. They honestly did, and I enjoyed this. It was well built. It was well built, and it was a terrific match. If you see nothing else, check out this match. Zayn wins, and he will lose it to Johnny Knoxville at Mania. And if I'm right, I'm going to hate myself. So Ali and Ricochet do very, very badly scripted stuff. Zayn gloats, and then we go to Elimination Chamber for men, which sounds like Hair Club for men, if you want to take a little bit off the top, or if you're a journalist speaking out against the Saudi government, a little bit off the sides, and your head's going to get removed, because the Saudi government are kind of dicks that don't like that. And if you think that's going to be the extent of any of the comments that I make about that and anything, you're just going to love my Elimination Chamber review. I mean, you probably won't. But some people will. People that can take a fucking joke. So, Reigns comes out for his entrance, and they go to break. We get Elimination card rundown, Elimination Chamber card rundown. And Heyman praises Reigns, spiritually orgasmic. Stop thinking about fangirls and certain fanboys I know you're thinking about. So, he knocks the Saints, and then we get the who dat, cheer going. Goldberg comes out to some boos and some cheers. I think there were some dubbed in cheers because honestly I think people are tired of Goldberg. It's nothing against Goldberg. He looks incredible for a guy that's about 55 right now. But come on. Enough already. I don't blame him for taking the money, but it's not any good. And I was shocked he was still awake this late. They must have given him like an energy drink version of Metamucil. And then Roman tries to bow up at Goldberg, and he says, as far as the Universal Championship goes, Goldberg says, I'm next. That's it. That's all. That's all it was. Zayn versus Nakamura, very good. Everything else, a wash. Agree, disagree with what I said? Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.